Congratulations on your purchase of Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Now you got to learn how to play the game the right way and improve your team the most efficient way possible. This is the guide for you. Starting with the main menu, we need to go to our settings because there's a couple things that you want to check to make sure are right here. One, your favorite team when you load into the game is actually going to be your uniforms, your stadium, your head coach, and your playbooks that you get right away. So don't necessarily just pick your favorite team based on who you like, but pick your favorite team based on what playbooks and uniforms you're going to want to see on your ultimate team. Then your offensive playbook and defensive playbook, make sure this is team specific, so when you change it in Mutt, it actually changes, because if you change this to like Baltimore, you go into a solo challenge or a solo battle, which we'll explain in a minute here, that's the playbook then you're going to use. So make sure this is on team specific. For your gameplay helpers here, make sure these are all on: your defensive switch assist, heat seeker assist, ball hawk, and auto flip defensive play call. That last one's kind of your choice, but I just keep it on because you can turn it off in game. Now we'll back out of that and we're going to load into Madden Ultimate Team from the main menu, and you're going to be greeted with your first set of solo challenges, which is your preseason challenges. These are very easy. They're like run the ball or complete a pass. You'll get through them in about 5 minutes. It's good experience, both playing the game and literal experience for leveling up your Mutt account. All super important in the grand scheme of things, so grind through those. Super easy to do. Once you're done, you'll have access to roam the menus and really get into Ultimate Team. The first important thing to understand about Ultimate Team is how to level up. If you've played in years past, it's much different this year. It's an XP based system that won't just work by grinding out one solo challenge over and over and over again. The best way to find it is to go to the missions tab, go to Ultimate Season. Here you're going to find your daily objectives, which you want to complete every single day. You'll get a daily coin quick sell when you complete these. You'll find your weekly objectives, which at the time of this recording are not out yet, but you'll find these here. You'll see your Ultimate Season rewards, which this is where you can see what rewards you get for leveling up. And as you scroll through here, you can actually see that these rewards are fairly good, and you're going to want to complete them throughout the year. Leveling up an Ultimate Team is always a very important thing, so it's something that you're going to want to track, both to know what rewards you're going to get and what's the best way of leveling up. I have a level up guide if you're interested in that. I'll link it up above somewhere around here. You guys can see how to level up the fastest in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. But come check out your rewards. You get packs, you get coins, you get strategy items, and all the sort. You'll also see Ultimate Season's first quarter. This is the best way to earn experience in the game, and it tracks your status and progression along with these objectives. So ultimate challenges here: rush for 4,000 yards. I'm 67% through. You can get this by playing head-to-head seasons, by playing your solo challenges, by playing your solo battles, weekend league. Any way to play the game is going to rack up rushing yards for this challenge. And now, of course, there's a bunch of other activities like win 35 head-to-head games or win 5 head-to-head games, holding your opponent to less than 112 passing yards. You see, you get 10,000 experience, 5,000 experience. You get some coins for it, not very much though. But this is by far and away the best way to level up this year, is to complete these objectives, and you do that simply by playing the game. Most of them you can be completed within solo challenges or solo battles. You don't even have to play online, but of course some of them you're gonna have to win a certain amount of head-to-head games or the sort. So make sure you're tracking these to see how close you are, but also what you need to do with objectives that you may not know about. So really spend some time in this tab and make sure that you are doing everything you need to and complete your daily objectives every single day. You can do that by winning 2 games against solo challenges, solo battles, anything, head-to-head seasons, doesn't matter, purchasing a pack from the store, and get a first down 25 times. You got to do this every single day. It's kind of a grind. I hope they edit this first down 25 times. That's a little obnoxious in my eyes, but purchasing a pack, all you have to do for this is not spend any money. Just go to the store, go to the players tab at the top, and you can spend 500 on a get a player pack. So this could be a silver or above card. It's not going to be the best card in the world. If you get a gold card, that's a dub. You made profit. If you get a silver card, it is what it is. You spent 500 coins. It's essentially nothing. And then you've completed that part for the day. See, I completed my purchase a pack for the day. Now I just need to win 2 games and get 25 first downs. The missions tab is also a great way to track your progress on everything else that you're trying to accomplish with an Ultimate Team. It'll give you a guide if you're stuck and don't know what you need to do to level up or to make more coins. Missions tab is always a great place to refer back to. As you see here for the campaign, this is about a solo challenge string that they give you within the solo challenges, which I'll get into in a second, but it shows you your progression. It shows you what your goals are. It shows you what you unlock for completing these missions, aka these solo challenges. So your missions tab is really a great place to kind of come and see what your progress is and what you can still work on. As of right now, we also have the Team Affinity missions and the Ultimate Champion mission. Now, once you level up to level 5, you'll be greeted with a Season Champion pack. You'll have a choice between either Devin Hester or Junior Seau for the first season. These seasons last 90 days. And as you play with these players and continue to beat challenges and rank up through that Ultimate Season challenges that we were already looking at, you'll be rewarded with collectibles. These collectibles can go into the Devin Hester or Junior Seau card, and you'll rank them up throughout throughout the year. Or if you're playing later in the year and you're watching this video, whatever the season champion is for that specific season, your collectibles will go into those cards as well. So you just do that by beating those challenges from the mission, from the Ultimate Season mission, which I just showed you. And those cards toward the end of the season should be really good. At least the Devin Hester's looking really good for right now. So I hope it lives up to the hype. Definitely something you're going to want to track. You do that by getting to Mutt level 5. Now, if you want to unlock your team captain, which is a choice of Jack Youngblood, John Lynch, Sean Alexander, or Lance Allworth, you have to play 3 weeks of the campaign solo challenges. So if you go to play tab, go to the challenges, you load into this, you'll see the campaign is waiting right for you here. Now you have to play through 3 weeks of this and beat all of them. So preseason is what you played at the beginning. You got to beat week 1, 2, and 3, and then you'll get your team captain, which you also get to try out within week 3, which is pretty cool. You get to test which ones you want to use. Of the 4, they're all legitimately good options. I went with Jack Youngblood. There are tons of YouTubers who have recommendations for who you should get and why. I genuinely don't believe you can go wrong with any of these picks. I just picked a position I didn't want to spend my coins on. Like, as far as running back goes, I want to pick and choose my running back, so I didn't want to use it for my team captain. Safeties, there's a ton of different safeties in the game that I was really eyeing, so I didn't go with John Lynch. And Lance Allworth is a route runner archetype on his Ultimate Team card, so he's another great option. I just went with Youngblood because I think he's a great option for a pass rusher, which is definitely something that you need within Madden 22 Ultimate Team. You need good pass rushers, so that's who I went with. Go with whoever you want, but the thing to know here is it only costs 20 training. Now, training is an alternate currency that you get for quick selling player items. Each level or rating, so 80 overall versus 75 overall versus 85 or overall, will quick sell for different training currency amounts. So it's up to you to just learn those amounts along the way. But your team captain, you can upgrade him from an 85 to an 89, and depending on what season you're watching this, it could be more, for only 5 training a piece, which is super cheap. They did that on purpose so that you can upgrade them quickly and right away. So once you buy your team captain, make sure you upgrade them using the upgrade path, and then you can also put abilities on them for very, very, very cheap, as opposed to your other players, which abilities cost hundreds and hundreds of training. With your team captains, it doesn't cost hundreds of training. So make sure you're putting on abilities and you're ranking up your team captain all the way, and then in your team screen, make sure you're activating those abilities. And you do that just by going to the right side, go to superstars, manage superstars, and then just make sure your players are activated. Again, you can have X factors too, just by toggling it using Y. I just put under pressure on Jack Youngblood. Here I have Tyrann Mathieu with acrobat. He was a lot more expensive, obviously, but for your captain, just make sure you're utilizing that cheap training abilities. Now, you'll also get rewarded with a Chancellor Ultimate Champion. This is similar to Mutt Master from previous years if you guys played. He's just a player that you'll unlock collectibles for as you beat challenges along the way with him. If you go to the Ultimate Champion Missions tab, this will show you goals that you're trying to complete in order to upgrade his card. He's one of the better cards in the game if you're able to get him upgraded. It's a grind that you'll unlock just by playing the game. Of course, there are faster ways if you do want to sit and grind, but that's not what this video is necessarily about. You'll rank him up by completing challenges. Here, if you complete the Gridiron Forge and you beat all 50 challenges, you'll unlock him. That's a solo challenge string, the Gridiron Forge. Another great way to unlock a great cornerback in the game, JC Jackson, that you'll get totally free just for getting 100 stars within the Gridiron Forge challenges, but also by beating all 50 challenges, even if it's not on the max star difficulty, you'll unlock a collectible or a token that will go into your Chancellor that will help upgrade his ability, his overall, and make him a better player all around. Also 750 stars in challenges, just these different activities that you'll complete along the way to upgrade your Ultimate Champion and make him a 95 overall and one of the best cards in the game. As a safety, which is a very important position in Ultimate Team, as well as the fact that he's 6'3", he'll definitely be one of your better options. So keep an eye on these Ultimate Champion goals along the way and make sure you guys are checking off the boxes to complete these. Now, if you go to the Marketplace tab, if you ever want to buy packs from the store, or if you ever want to go to the auction house, this is where you're going to find that. Just go to auctions and trades here and you can see the auction house or the trade block. Trade block's not really utilized in Madden Ultimate Team. It's kind of just how it works. People don't really use it, but the auction browser is right here. You can sort by different types of the cards or what position they are, the quality or the rating of the cards, what team they're on. Pretty much ignore the cap value tab. You can go by program based on which program the card comes from throughout the year, and then chemistries you can also pretty much kind of ignore. I'd also recommend you check out the store, go to featured special offers and players, check out what you can buy with coins, what you can buy with money, make the decision for what you want. In the long run, if you buy these packs, you will always lose. It's kind of like gambling at a casino. The house always wins in this sense, the house being EA, but it can be very fun sometimes just to open up packs, to spend your hard-earned coins on them if you want to gamble that way. It's totally up to you. There are great coin making methods using packs like the Get a Player pack. That's probably your best bargain for best bang for your buck at only 500 coins, and you have the opportunity to pull golds and elites out of this, which is just massive profit right off the bat. But generally, I stay away from packs as a no money spent player. It's kind kind of just how I play the game, but a lot of people have fun with him, so kind of do what you enjoy. There's also the My Team tab where you can adjust your lineup, see your binder with all the cards that you have, and you can sort it the same way that you have in the auction house. You can rename your team, and you can also go to game options here to change some of this stuff. You can set a default start difficulty. I do that just because it's a little bit quicker when you're loading into solo challenges. And then there's also some more options here. Make sure you have coin toss first choice to kick, because that'll give you the ball back at halftime, and a lot of people forget to change this, which gives you a little bit of an advantage if you defer receiving the ball until the second half. It's kind of just what most people do. Again, make sure these 4 settings are on and you're good to go with the rest of the settings. Now you'll go to sets. This is where you can change and exchange players in to get other players or to get packs. These will change all throughout the year based on what promos are in the game. Very similar to last year. If you did play last year, starting with the campaign, bronze player exchange, campaign edition upgrade from the card that you'll pick. If you have unused bronze players on your team, make sure you do this. You can do these sets once, these power up pass and power up player, and then the gold player, you can do it repeatable just to exchange in all of your bronze players. Also for team affinity, these team builders will also likely get team standouts, team diamonds. We don't know for sure at the time of recording this video, but team builders are a great option for budget cards to start the game. Essentially, you go in and you find a player that you want. If you wanted a Cortland Sutton on your team, you go to the Broncos, you'd exchange in an 80 to 82, an 80 to 82, another 80 to 82, so 3 of those, and then 3 75 to 79 overall gold players, and you'd be rewarded with the choice of Cortland Sutton or Shamar Stephen, I think is how you say his name, for the Broncos specific team builder sets. And this will get upgraded throughout the year. There'll be more players, more options, more sets. Make sure you keep an eye on sets because they can be a very profitable way to play the game. If you can build a set by sniping cards off the auction block for cheaper than what they're actually worth, building the set and selling the player. I have a coin making method that goes through that in detail if you're interested in learning how to do that. That's one of those methods that's kind of a principle in effect, and it'll last and work essentially throughout the year as long as you can apply that principle to different sets. So I'll link that up above. Make sure you guys check that out. And then exchange. This is where you can exchange your lower cards into higher cards. Also get different playbooks or uniforms by exchanging gold players, that kind of thing. Just make sure you familiarize with yourself with the sets, essentially putting cards in and getting something out in return. One of the best parts of Ultimate Team and one of the areas where you're probably going to end up spending the most of your time. The competitive tab, you can pretty much ignore this. There's really nothing important here that you need to know, but when they do have competitive events or if you want to try and compete in the MCS, this is where you want to do that. You can check out the Twitch page, etc. And if you go back to the first page here, solo battles refresh every single week. It's essentially a 4-string game set that you play against the CPU. You rack up a score, and that score at the end of the week gives you rewards. You'll see on screen here, this is what the solo battle strings actually look like, and this is when the rewards reset and everything. I do this as a no money spent player. It is a bit of a grind, but it does pay you out pretty good rewards for kind of minimal grind work, so that's totally up to you. Head-to-head seasons is where you typically play your online regular head-to-head games. Mutt Champions is your knockout tournament / your weekend league. This is where the Mutt Demons come out, and every single weekend you get 25 games that you play in. Try to get as many wins as possible, and you get rewards based off of how many wins you get or where you place in the world. Squads is playing with other people. It's boring, and I tend to stay away from it, but there are squads YouTubers out there if you're interested. And then Mutt Draft, I would kind of stay away from this year. It doesn't seem like it's that lucrative of an option compared to years past, but it's kind of fun. You go through, you pick a team based on cards that you're prompted with, and you kind of draft your team, and you play a 7-game series based on that. If you lose, you're out. It's a single game elimination. It can be fun, but the rewards just don't seem to be there this year. The last thing I want to shout out is mutt.gg, the website. It's a great place to track prices, check the price of training, check if you're getting good deals on cards when you're buying them. I would highly recommend you check out mutt.gg, play around on the site, see what it has to offer. This is not paid promotion or anything like that. I just genuinely love the site. And that's it for the tips, the complete beginner's guide to Madden 22 Ultimate Team. I hope you found it helpful. I have tutorials like this all over my channel, or if you're interested in building a no money spent team like myself, I have a no money spent series that I'd highly recommend you check out. I give a bunch of great tips in that series, as well as like how to build your team, how to make coins, and all the sorts. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did, and I'll catch you boys in the next one.